Hey guys, Dev here, and welcome to my Prepatch Paladin leveling guide. This part's focused mostly on Blood Elves from 1 to 20, but Alliance Paladins should find some use out of it too. I've got 2 more parts coming tomorrow, so make sure to subscribe to see when they go up. I'm also going to be streaming my own power leveling, boosting myself with my Paladin on Twitch as soon as Prepatch hits. So if you want to chuck me a follow over there to know when I'm live. But for now, let's jump straight into the guide. Alright, so let's look at the talents quickly. So first thing, I'm assuming that you're going to be questing early on. So best talent points spend early up to level 18. Benediction and then 3 points into deflection. At this point I'd recommend respecking. Start your Prot journey at level 18 or 15 if you're Horde to start dungeons. So first 5 points go straight into readout. That's 10% chance when you hit to increase your block by 30%. An excellent talent. After this, max at toughness, so 10% extra armor. The reason why we take toughness over precision or guardian's favor, at this point you're not really tanking bosses, so the hit isn't as big. Extra armor is going to allow you to do bigger AoE pulls, which is going to increase your leveling speed. It's going to make you more comfortable for the healer, make him waste less mana and give you less downtime between pulls. After this, your next 3 talent points should be Improve Righteous Fury, so it's going to massively boost your threat and give you that extra 6% damage reduction. Great talent. So a word on shield specialization, it's a bit of a trap, especially early on. 2 reasons you need to think about. A, you're going to have a really low shield block chance, so you're not going to block very often. On top of that, when you do block, you're not going to be blocking for huge amounts, so increasing that by 10% doesn't really help. It's a good talent when you're geared, but not so much at low levels. So we'll come back and we'll pick this up later. I'd recommend picking up Kings for now. It's an excellent talent for both you and your party. I've never heard anyone complain about getting a Kings buff. And then you want to put 1 point into Anticipation. This unlocks the next row, which are all really average. So we're going to pump some more points into Anticipation. And at this point, you kind of have a choice between 1 point into shield spec or 1 point into hit. For the kind of tanking that I like to do, I'd take 1 point into shield spec at this point, because my threat isn't going to be focused on a singular target, and 1% hit's not going to make that much difference. 10% on your shield from everything at this point is going to be more helpful. So after that, I'd pick up Sanctuary. At this point, you're basically going to always have Sanctuary on yourself when you're AoE tanking, and switch to Kings right before bosses. Next points we're going to put into Reckoning, so we'll just pick up 4 points to unlock the next tier. Here I would probably go the Stamina first, but if you are struggling for threat and you feel happy with your gear at this point, you can put them into one hand spec. It's not... it's a little bit of a choice, but either way, do you want more threat, do you want more survivability? Your choice. Enough points into one-handed spec to unlock Holy Shield. And once you've picked up Holy Shield, we want to pick up 2 points into Improved Holy Shield. That makes Holy Shield 8 charges. So, excellent. And more damage on Holy Shield. Next talent points here. You want to max out Argent Defender. Argent Defender is a really, really good talent in dungeons where you're not getting hit for much. Not so much against raid bosses, but when you're getting hit for much smaller values and your health declines slowly, you're going to have a good uptime on Argent Defender. So excellent talent. At this point, again, you do have another choice here. So you can go more survivability or more AoE threat. I would pick up one-handed spec here. Grab Avenger's Shield. This makes you level 50. And at this point, we're just maxing out the talents that we haven't picked up yet. So 2 points in shield spec is going to make you take less damage. Combat expertise is going to give you slightly more health. So I'd go shield spec first, then reckoning, and then combat expertise for the extra 10% stamina at the top end of your leveling experience, where you're going to have a lot more health. At this point, you've got 2 points to play with. So you can go stun resistance, especially if you're tanking stuff that's going to have a lot of stuns in it. If you're tanking stuff that has a lot of spell damage, you have 4% spell damage, which is an option, not great, or 2% melee hit, which, considering at this point you're starting to get up, you're probably going to be tanking some end game stuff and the bosses go over level 60, this might be a great pick. It's probably what I would lean to at this point. So that's going to be a level 60 build. Great for tanking dungeons, running boosts in some lower level dungeons to help other paladins at this point, or other friends that are leveling. So yeah, that's what I would go for my talents in the pre-patch. Alright guys, so let's talk about the gearing options we have low level. So before level 20, your best bet is going to be getting your character in as many greens as possible. The order I'd rate these greens in terms of best to worst would be, my first pick would be Eagle if you can get them, so that's Stam and Intellect. Increasing your mana pool is just going to give you longer in combat before you need to drink. And the extra Stam's going to give you that bigger health buffer, which is what you really need to go for early. Monkey is my second pick. It's Stam and Agi, so Agi is going to give you more armor and dodge. But after that would be Stam and Strength, so it's more single target threat, a little bit more block, but that honestly really doesn't count for anything at this level. And more health. And then Owl is Stam and Spirit. Spirit obviously not huge, but it will give you a little bit out of combat regen. You should be drinking anyway when you're out of combat. The other two pieces that you can look at picking up are the Rough Bronze Leggings and the Rough Bronze Shoulders. So they're Stam and Strength pieces at level 16 and 17. The other two pieces I want to mention quickly are the Stormbringer Belt. So this is a belt 104 armor with 2 Stam, 5 Strength. It's a world drop if you can get one cheap on your auction house. And Thorbia's Gauntlets, another pair of mail hands, 122 armor with 8 Strength and 3 Stamina, available at level 18. Okay, so for weapons here, check the AH for some of the blue BOEs, but honestly, I'd recommend just picking up a Bronze Axe. It's a 2.1 speed weapon available at level 18. Speed is good for tanking, with Seal of Righteousness being applied to every weapon swing, because you're not gearing for hit, and you're not going to have hit, you're not going to have any expertise. Having a parry, dodge, or a miss can be a bit annoying, so the faster you're going to swing again, the less RNG is involved in your tanking, especially for bosses and early on, so you don't want to lose thread on the pull. So fast weapons are generally better for tanking. After that, as you get to level 19, you can equip 2 blood rings for 5 stamina each, so that's an extra 100 health. The other thing I'd be checking the AH for would be a Redbeard Crest. So this is a blue shield, it's a world drop. It has 547 armor, 6 strength, and 3 stamina, with 11 block. If you can get one of them at a decent price, it's a level 19 shield. The other thing to think about as well is people will be leveling up jewel crafting. So there's 2 decent jewel crafting necks that are available before level 20 or at level 20. That's going to be Thick Bronze Necklace for an extra 3 stam. And Brilliant Necklace, which has some of every stat and is available at level 20. That's going to last you quite some time, probably at least until level 30. The other thing to look out for when you're in Ragefire Chasm is the Cave Dweller Braces. So these are mail braces, 78 armor with 4 stam on them and some strength. So you've also got Cursed Fellblade in Ragefire Chasm, which reduces the enemy's attack power by 25 for 30 seconds. Nice little bonus for a level 13 sword. So the next dungeon you're going to tackle is probably going to be Wailing Caverns. In here, you'll find a turtle named Kresh, who has 2 different shields that he can drop for you. The first of which is a good shield that existed in Classic, and the other is a white that's been severely buffed up to a blue for TBC. So those shields are going to be 1 turtle shell shield, which, not only being a mouthful, is the buffed shield from Classic. This is now blue with 513 armor. The other shield is going to be Kresh's Back, which is slightly better, I would say. This one has 471 armor, but also increases your defense rating by 6. And this one is the lower drop rate as well. Other pieces you're going to be on the lookout for are going to be the Deep Fathom Ring, which is a ring with 3 stam, 3 int, and 6 spirit, which are all great stats for you. Not so much the spirit, but the stam and the int at least. Mutant Scale Breastplate is a chest with 211 armor, 5 stam, and a bunch of strength. Also available in Wailing Caverns, you've got the Savage Trotters, so that's 134 armor, 9 stam boots, absolutely gigantic. When you're in Wailing Caverns as well, keep a lookout for the rare spawn, the Deviate Furry Dragon. It drops a cloak with 4 stamina and 5 damage and healing. Okay guys, that wraps up part 1 of my guide. I'm going to get started on the next part, which will be level 20 to 40 straight away. So if you liked the video, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.